evening. I'm Brendan Miller. Thank you for joining us. Thunder Bay City Council is back in session tomorrow night. Council members are being asked to ratify Cam River Heritage Park as the official location for the temporary shelter village. Administration says the site will be able to accommodate 80 powered and heated units. If the vote goes through, city staff will issue 2 tenders, one for building the units and other infrastructure and another to manage it. Also on the agenda, administration will update council on an expansion of the animal services the city provides. This includes collecting lost and stray animals, establishing a rehousing process, and creating an animal service task force. During question period at Queen's Park this past week, Huetnung MPP Sol Mamakwa asked when the province will step up and improve access to mental health for First Nations people. The question was posed to the Associate Minister of Mental Health.
Miigwech Speaker, the millions this government member talks about, we do not see it in the First Nations that I come from. The Sulikot-Miniawan Health Center has multiple patients with mental health emergencies who wait up to a week to access Form 1 beds in Kenora and in Thunder Bay. To the Premier, will this government commit to a 20-bed Schedule 1 facility in Sulikot?
Our government is open to work with the member opposite. Over 50% of addictions recovery fund treatment beds are going to northern and Indigenous communities, Madam Speaker. I just want to break down a few things, Madam Speaker. The investments of $7 million to support the land, water-based healing projects in the Indigenous communities.
Thunder Bay woman is over $100,000 richer after winning the Dryen 50-50 draw. Tammy Kruppa was contacted this past week by organizers of the Dryen Health Services Foundation Monthly 50-50, which helps buy new equipment for the local hospital.
Hi, I'm looking for Tammy.
Speaking.
Hey Tammy, it's Brad Coles calling from the Dryen Regional Health Services Foundation. How are you this morning?
I think I'm pretty good.
Yeah? So we tried to get a hold of you a couple times yesterday, and I just finally left you a message there, and you replied back. So I'm just calling to let you know that you did win our grand prize yesterday of $106,567.50. So congratulations.
Oh my gosh, this is so wonderful. Thank you so much.
Kruppa says after she missed the first 2 phone calls from Coles, she spotted her name in a social media post announcing the winner. Kruppa says she's going to continue supporting the foundation. Tickets for the Dryen 50-50 draw for May are now available online. Superior Shores Gaming Association celebrated a significant milestone this past week in its ongoing mission to support the Thunder Bay community. As a not-for-profit gaming and casino center, Superior Shores has been a cornerstone of local charitable efforts for years and has now helped them raise $10 million. Riley Cohen has more.
As a charitable gaming center, Superior Shores supports over 80 different charities throughout Thunder Bay, and the facility recently surpassed $10 million in funds raised. Every time someone plays electronic bingo, a slot game, enjoys a beverage, or orders a snack or meal, they're directly helping charitable organizations do great work in the community. The charity coordinator with Superior Shores Gaming Association, Ashlyn Ransom, highlights the success they've seen over the past decade.
We have an incredible network of over 1,600 volunteers that filter through here in about a year's time. And with our numbers that were just announced, we gave $1.8 million to the Thunder Bay community from April of last year to March of this year, which means that for every 2-hour volunteer shift, we gave $885 to a local charity.
These funds support a wide variety of important causes across 5 sectors: health and social services, youth sports, education, religious groups, and arts and culture organizations, such as the Thunder Bay Art Gallery.
Superior Shores support for our institution is noteworthy in terms of what it allows us to do in terms of educational programs, our school programs, our support for local artists, and just the general operations and work of the gallery. These kind of Superior Shores work in our community means a great deal to not-for-profits and a great deal to the art gallery, so we're extremely grateful for this level of support.
Superior Shores has seen a steady increase in funds raised over the past decade, with this past year marking another record-breaking total. While most of the revenue comes from bingo, the center also offers slot machines in the back. Ransom spoke to us about why people should play beyond the charitable impact.
I see a lot of players that come here to socialize. It gets them out of their houses and into the community. It helps them connect with others. The game of bingo is a game that's fun to play, but it's also fun to connect with your neighbors.
Bingo! At Superior Shores Gaming, there are no true losers because even when you don't win, your play helps support someone else's needs. Riley Cohen, TBT News.
Applied research and innovation students at Confederation College have been helping the local CNIB branch to create new signs to help improve accessibility in their kitchen. Officials with the Canadian National Institute for the Blind contacted the college looking for ways to help the visually impaired residents who are trying to relearn a cooking environment. The team at the college was more than happy to oblige, and faculty and students created these 3D printed signs. The goal was to create signage that has braille, but also has text that was contrasted and large enough to read for those who have partial vision loss. Research supervisor of the team, Greg Gagnon, spoke to us about the process.
The project had two steps, two aspects. The first portion is that it had to have smooth braille text for tactile readers, and the second portion is that it had to have large raised text with high contrast that would allow someone to touch or visibly see it for people that are partially visually impaired or are tactile readers. There's two different portions to the print. The longer portion would have taken about 6 hours, but we can get a few different braille signage on each print. So each one could have taken anywhere from 6 to 12 hours.
Daniel adds they worked in tandem with the CNIB to make sure each sign had the proper spelling, grammar, and punctuation, and says it was a great learning experience for every student who participated. Threads of Life held their annual Steps for Life charity walk, fundraising to raise awareness on workplace health and safety. Threads of Life is an organization that helps and supports families who are affected by workplace tragedy and occupational disease. The event started with a ceremony at the Carpenters Union Hall with guest speakers whose lives have been affected by workplace injuries or death. Families who had relatives die in the workplace placed candles on the podium to honor them. The walk was 5 kilometers, starting at the Carpenters Union Hall and then headed west towards Oliver Road and then back. Co-chair of the Steps for Life Walk, Mika, says it's important to increase awareness of health and safety programs in the workplace.
Our biggest goal for this is to raise the awareness, have a sea of yellow shirts walking down Golf Links Road, people asking, what are these people doing? We want to raise the awareness of Threads of Life and what the things that they can do for families. Threads of Life doesn't reach out to families affected by workplace tragedies. People have to know that they exist for them to access the support from Threads of Life. Normally this walk happens the first weekend of May, the first Sunday in May. The first week of May, and I know May has become so many things, it's become Mental Health Month, but the first week of May traditionally was North American Occupational Health and Safety Week, which we also call NAOSH Week. It's a natural workplace marker for companies to highlight the activities of what joint health and safety committees or what they're doing with their safety programs and to increase the awareness of safety programs.
If you or someone you know has been affected by a workplace tragedy, Threads of Life can lend a hand to those in need. Thunder Bay's Naval Reserve Division, the HMCS Griffin, held the annual ceremony for the Battle of the Atlantic at the Anchorage in Marina Park today. Sea and Air cadets commenced the ceremony with a march. A remembrance was then held for all those lost during the course of the Battle of the Atlantic. Officer of Principal Interest of the ceremony, Shane Eichert, says it's important to remember the contributions the people of Thunder Bay made during the Second World War.
It is national, it is Canada-wide, so every major city across Canada will be holding a Battle of the Atlantic parade for every naval base or naval reserve division like ours. It's important to remember the Battle of the Atlantic and all the contribution that Thunder Bay did put forth during World War II. with the ships and the sailors and the shipbuilding that happened during World War II, and Thunder Bay is a big part of that. So it's important to remember all the local sailors that took part.
The Battle of the Atlantic ceremony is an opportunity to honor those who were killed in the battle and those who had also survived.